Hello, you're welcome in Jesus' name. God bless you. You're welcome to today's broadcast. God bless everybody for joining today. This is Women Talk, and we are all welcome in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. How's your week been? I hope we're all fine. God bless you all. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I hope I'm loud and very clear to everybody. God bless you all. You are welcome. You are welcome in Jesus' mighty name. God bless you. I hope I'm loud. I hope I'm clear. I hope you can hear me very clearly. God bless you. You are welcome in Jesus' name. God bless you all. You are welcome. You are very much welcome. Amen and amen. Today is Women Talk. We are here to talk about issues that concerns us as women. And you are very much welcome to today's talk. I welcome everybody. God bless you all. Let's try and share the broadcast. Thank you. Let's try and share the broadcast. Good morning to you too. God bless you. Let's try and share the broadcast. Let's love it, like it, and share the broadcast so that others will know that Women Talk have started. God bless you all. Amen and amen. We are all welcome. I hope I'm loud and clear. Everybody can hear me. Very good. Very good. You can hear me. That's very good if you can hear me. So today, by the grace of God, we're going to continue what we were looking at last week. We started this Women Talk last week. This Women Talk started last week. We were looking at life after separation and divorce for women. Life after separation and divorce. Life after separation and divorce. And I had lots of calls. I had lots of people that wanted to call in that they couldn't get, they couldn't call in. And that's why we're doing a part 2 today. Hopefully they will be able to call in. They'll be able to dial in this time around. Okay. I sincerely hope they'll be able to call in this time. God bless you. And if you have a contribution that you would like me to, like everybody to hear, you can call me. You can call into the program. My number is on the screen. It's 0788 337 3677. 0788 337 3677. So if you like to make your own contribution, of course, it's very, very much welcomed. I would like to hear from you as well, just like I had a few callers last week. And we are still looking at the issue of separation and divorce, life after that for a woman, especially a woman that has spent quite a number of time with a man and had children with him, and now they are divorced, okay, or separated. And I remember last week I started with the fact that as married couples, we should do everything within our capacity to sustain our marriage, to keep our marriage. Because I'm talking about life after separation. I'm not sanctioning it. I'm not saying, yes, every little thing that your husband does, you should chase him out or they should be divorced. No. We do not advocate for it. And the Bible says this is not the will of God from the beginning, but for the hardness of the heart of men. The law of Moses says a man can divorce his wife if she's found in fornication. And the truth is that the way we interpret it is not right. The way we interpret that scripture when it comes to divorce is completely wrong. You are only permitted to divorce your would-be wife, because the Bible is written based on the culture of the Hebrews, the Israel people. And in their culture, when a man or a woman are already have already been espoused to each other, that okay, Joseph will marry Mary, Mary will marry Joseph. To them, that is the marriage that the Bible was referring to there. That if now, before you marry her, before she comes into your house, you find that she's with another man, then you should divorce her. That's the divorce that the Bible was referring to there. Not the one that we capitalize on now. Even after 10 years of marriage, 16 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years of marriage, that we divorce. No, that's not the one the Bible was talking about. Remember Mary and Joseph, the mother of Jesus. When Mary was pregnant of the Holy Spirit, Joseph now thought that, oh, she's been with another man before she now wants to marry him. That's why Joseph was now planning quietly and secretly to divorce her and leave her, not eventually marry her. That's the kind of separation and divorce that the Bible was referring to. Not the one we all capitalize on now, and before any little thing, oh, my wife is old, my wife is young, my wife is this, or my husband is that, and we separate. As once you are espoused to a man, you've come into his home, she's in your house, she has children for you, you have no justification for divorcing her or him before God. But having said that, there are some circumstances, especially when life and death is involved. If you know that if you continue in this marriage, then it's going to lead to death, then that's when you have the liberty to separate or to go away from your husband. And it doesn't give you the key to separate now and now immediately find another man, because these days people don't even wait anymore. Within a twinkle of an eye, you see the man and the woman, you see the woman with another man, the man with another woman. So that is the premise I want to lay, the foundation I want to lay this topic on. It is not a guarantee or a go ahead that everybody should divorce when there is any little conflict between the husband and the wife. No, I do not support divorce, just like the Bible does not support divorce as well. It's not a good thing when we have divorce pollution all over the whole place. Everybody is divorced. No, it's not a good thing that everybody should be divorced when there is any little conflict between your husband and the wife, the man and the husband. Amen. So let's try and share the broadcast. As many of you that are watching me, listening to me right now, let's try and share the broadcast. Help me to share the broadcast. Let's try and share the broadcast. Let's share it to all the various groups that we have. Share it to our friends and our well-wishers. Tell them, let them know that Women Talk have started. Amen. Thank you. We are all good. We are fine. God bless you. Thank you so much. But however, I haven't laid that foundation. If you have to pray, if you have to adjust yourself, you have to change, if you have to become, somebody good, not worse anyway. You do everything you have in your capacity to make your marriage work. Everybody should do. But having said that, we've seen that there are separations and divorce happening in the church. Okay, separation and divorce happens in the church. We see it every day, even between ministers, even among pastors, among a congregation, among the people. We see all that. That's why I wanted us to talk about it so that wherever you are, you don't feel trapped, whatever circumstances, because there are a lot of women that have found out that are in remote places in the whole world, and they don't have anybody to communicate with, and it's like their brain has been brainwashed that without this man they are definitely going to die, or life cannot go on, and they are going, their mind is running wild with the thoughts going on their brain, and they have no one to talk to. But if as women we gather like this, we talk about situations affecting us, happening to us, or happening that we know about, and we can share it and let others know that they are not the only one in that kind of situation, it will help. It helps in dealing with it. Okay? Last week I looked at life after separation. Okay? Today, based on all the conversations I've had with people and the text, the WhatsApp messages I've been receiving, I want to break it down. Various reasons why people separate or divorce. These are the last days that we are in now. Okay? These are the last days. And the Bible says in the last days, perilous times we are bound, and the heart of men will faint for the things that we'll see. And those are the things that we are seeing now. Issues, bizarre reasons why people separate, why the man will move out of the house, why he will leave his wife, why he will chase her out of the house, several things. And I'm going to exploit it. And I need you to contribute. I need you also, to contribute your own part and to listen. Number one is the lack of male children. In Africa, everybody loves children. Everybody wants children. It's one of the reasons why God created marriage. But all children are blessed, whether it's a male child or a female child. But in Africa, when a man does not have a male child, he has not given birth to children, especially in some particular tribes. He does not have children yet unless he has a male child. And the truth is that it is the man that determines the sex of the child. It's not the woman. This woman is not having female children because she's not able to have them. No, it is the man that determines what the sex of the child will be in the womb. We all need to know that. We need to try and educate ourselves about this. And all children are glorious. Depends on the way we train them, we bless them, we pray for them and program them and let them go into the world and come back. These days, it is the female children that bring glory and honor to the parents. And even the female children are the one working so hard to take care of their parents these days. But yet, in our society, in our African society, if a woman does not have a male child, she knows she knows that her leg is still shaking in that house, so she's not yet rooted in that house. She knows it herself. I have friends that I've counseled, that I've prayed along with, that the Lord will give them a male child on this same issue. And in fact, I know one that before the male child came eventually. Before the male child came, the man was already going out, using that as a threat for the woman. And the woman was all shaking and all that she must get pregnant and have a male child. So one of the reasons why people separate and divorce is this issue of male child. I need a male child. I need a male child. I need a male child. Okay? All children are good. All children are glorious. All children are wonderful gift from the Most High. No one is superior to the other, whether it's a male child or it's a female child. It's only in our African culture that will determine all this. While you are crying for male child or male children, there are some people that do not even have any at all. Do not even have any at all. So what do you do? How do you compare yourself with such people? What do you expect such people to do? The other one is the issue of not having inability to have a child yet. I said yet because it does not mean that you are never ever going to be able to have children. I know a lot of people that have waited 8 years before having getting pregnant the first time, and then after that first one, oh my God, it's like they open the tap and the babies just keep flowing and flowing, all boys this time. And the woman had to wait 8 years before the first one come. And the truth is that sometimes it's not even the woman's fault. When it is the man's fault, the woman will stick and stay by the side of the man. But when it is an issue with the woman, I need your contribution. I need you guys to contribute to what I'm saying. Call me or WhatsApp me. I would read your contribution out. Okay? WhatsApp me or call me in. You have my number. Call in, dial in from wherever you are. When it's the issue of a man that when it's the man that is not able to, maybe he has a low sperm count or whatever it is, that is the issue with the man that is not able to father a child, then the woman will stick and stay by him, support him, do everything they have to do so that they can have children. But some couples also, they stick it out for some time. Some men, they will stick it out with their wife for some time. They will go through a lot of things, and after doing some things, they will back down. You see them start getting discouraged, now start going after another woman, talking trash to the woman, making her feel like, oh, she created herself, she made us, which is not anybody's fault. Okay, when we get married, we say it is for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, isn't it? And now when issues come in the course of the marriage, we desert ourselves. It's not supposed to be. Okay, but these are the reasons that divorce or separation happens. Inability to have children. I heard of a lady that her husband's aunt, who also was barren and did not have one child, is the one now pressuring her husband because they do not have children yet. Does not mean they are not going to have children. Some people wait 8, some people wait 10, some people wait 23 years, 24 years before the Lord opened the womb for them. No matter how long you both wait, let it be still, let your matrimonial bed be undefiled. And even as a man, if there is any man watching and listening to me, if as much as if it is your fault, if it is because of you that, okay, something happened, you have low sperm count, you can't father a child or whatever it is, and you expect your wife to stand by you and stay with you and wait it out before the Lord, and the Lord will open the windows of heaven unto you and bless you with children and do a miracle, then when it is the woman's fault, why can't you also wait? Why can't you also stand by her? You know, I've seen a lady that stood beside her husband. It was the fault of the man, not the woman this time. And she stood by him. She did not even allow the parents, either of the parents, to know which is which. They agreed, both of them, that when they ask, say it is, I will say it is me to my own parents. To you also, you say it is you to your own parents. So that no parent will be attacking the other spouse. You understand how we are in our African culture. My husband's parents will not be attacking me because it is their son's fault. And my own parents cannot attack my husband because it is my own fault. All they will be doing now is to be praying for the couples. You see, these are ways and wisdoms in which we can employ in our relationship. Not that you should leave your husband or leave your wife or go and get pregnant by another man and bring it home because now you are still waiting on the Lord or things is happening. No matter what the medical issue is, does not mean it's impossible. Yes, the medical report can say that he has low sperm count or the woman is this, there is a tube there, there is a fibroid there, or whatever the situation might be. God is able to do it for the two of you. God is able to bring out honey out of the rock, make impossibility possible. Where there seems to be no way, God will do it for you. You have to wait it out. Okay? But divorcing, separating because your wife can't give birth yet, or because you have low sperm count, is not right. Because when we went into this covenant of marriage, we said for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, for good, for bad, we are going to stick it out with each other. Okay? Then the other reason why I have here is the issue of spirit spouses, spirit wives. I have seen a man that left his wife because he claims that she has spirit husband. If she has spirit husband, definitely you too, you have spirit wife, and you should both pray. Pray and destroy the power of the spirit husband, spirit wife. Okay? Both of you can pray and you will both overcome the power of the stranger in your marriage. That is the best thing. That is what is expected. That is what you are supposed to do. Not that you should leave each other. You should separate from each other. It is always better to pray and resolve it before you eventually tie the knot. But if you have tied the knot before you discover this, all you need to do now is to pray and fast and go into spiritual warfare against these spirit husband, spirit spouses. Okay? Then the other one is the issue of evil inheritance in the family. There are people that have inherited marital failures or polygamy from their father's house or from their mother's house. There are women that have spoken to me before that their grandmother was a prostitute. Their mom also followed their grandmother's step. And lo and behold, now they have come to limelight. They don't want to live like that. They found the man, they had the first child, and the man left. Why? Because there is an evil inheritance of marital failure that you need to deal with. Okay, everybody needs to deal with that. That is the implication of the evil foundation. Also, polygamy. When polygamy is in the foundation, is in your father's house, is in your lineage, is not automatically going to go away because you set up your mind. No, you have to deal with this spiritually, and you have to also determine that no, I'm not going to go into polygamy like my forefathers, like my father, like my grandparents or anything. And you also need to deal with it because it's not just a physical thing, it's also a spiritual thing. Okay? Concerning the first reason, I believe we should pray for children that we love and care for them. Yes, you're looking for a male child or you're looking for a female child. Doesn't matter. All children are good and glorious. These days, it's even the male children that give the most trouble. Is it not? It's the male children that give the most trouble. Yet, it's the ones that they kill. You see all our boys, all our male children on the street of London. They are just massacring them with knife and guns on the street. So, all children are glorious. If it is a male one that God gives you, embrace them. If it is a female one, embrace them. All of them. Depends on how you train them up, how you prepare them for tomorrow, how you bless them, what you do for them now that you're going to get back from them. Okay? This is what you do now for any of the children you have, maybe male or female, that you're going to get back from them. If you treat them with love, you see, you are looking for male children. So because of the female children you have now, you treat them with rejection, with hatred, disfavor. You don't treat them right. You don't give them, pay attention to them. And when they grow up, you still want something from them. That's what we do. The ones you have now, the ones God has given you now, be grateful for it and take good care of them. Thank you for that contribution. All right, from Kenya, been following teaching. God bless. Thank you. Okay, this is says Lillian from Kenya, and you've been following our teaching. God bless you. Thank you for following our teachings. Okay, so we're talking about evil inheritance of marital failure or polygamy. There are a lot of men, a lot of women. We women, when we want to get married, look at the man, investigate into his family. If his father was a polygamist, his great-grandmother, great-grandfather was a polygamist, believe me, you are marrying a polygamist as well. All right? Don't think that he's going to act differently. He's not going to act differently. He's not going to automatically come upon him. You need to know that. So if you marry from a polygamous home, or you come from a polygamous home, you need to deal with that evil inheritance of polygamy. You have to deal with that demon. If not, it will show up along the way. Okay? You have to just deal with it. Then the other reason, the number 5th reason why people go into separation or divorce is infidelity. Infidelity in the marriage, whether by the man or by the woman. One thing I've noticed in our society, as African society, is this: when it is the woman that's gone into infidelity, oh, there is no remedy for that. There is no pardoning of that. Even though I've heard a few, very rarely, that pardon their wives for their infidelities and indiscretions. Okay? But when it comes to the man, it's supposed to be accepted. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal as well. Because when we go onto the altar, it is the vow you made before God and before man, before your family members, is that I'm taking only you, and she also is taking only me. So now don't just come and throw off your shoulder and say you can take up another woman at any point in time. If you do that, you have gone against the vow, the covenant you made before God, before man, before the church, before your parents. That's what you've done. So you are not justified. It's not right doing that. It's not right at all. There's no justification for that, and it is not right for any man whatsoever to do that. And as women, we should not take it and say and still be begging the man. These are the things I've seen that I do not like. When your man is the one that has gone wrong, when he's the one taking, when he's the one that has gone out of his vow and violated his vow, his covenant that he made to you, and you are still begging him. Why should you be begging him? Why should you be begging the man? Why? Because you feel you can't do it yourself. Because you've made yourself so vulnerable in his hand. Because you've put yourself in a position that you cannot stand on your own feet. You should be able to stand on your own feet, oh my dear sisters. You should not make yourself so vulnerable that a man will be trampled upon your head. You will go and bring in so many different types of infidelity these days. It's not even being done in the secret anymore. People don't do infidelity in the secret anymore. These days, the men, they will do it and do it so confidently. I had a sister that was telling me that the man went to bring a girl, a younger girl completely. That if they had, at least will be like 15 years younger than the two of them. Say, and he brought the girl to tell the wife that this is my girlfriend now. And we are going on holiday. What an insult. What an insult. That same man, that man cannot stand it if the woman does the same thing back. And the woman was still begging the man. Begging him for what? Why would you be begging such a man? And some other people, they say they know them. You know where the man is. I spoke with another person that was saying she can see his car parked in the woman's house, yet he's lying, calling her that he's at work. Oh my God. No. No. You shouldn't take it and now still be begging him. Why would you be begging him? Why? That's what I have concern about. When you find yourself in all these situations, then now you are still the one begging them. Why are you begging him to come home? No, you can live without him. You can even live a much more better life without him. Much better than he will be the one coming back begging. That take me back. Not that you will be begging him. For what? Why are you begging him? He's the one that has cheated on you. He's the one that has not been faithful to his vows. He's the one that has left the house. Even if you had a disagreement in the house, does not justify him going to carry another girl, a younger girl, bringing the girl to your face, telling you to your face that now this is my girlfriend, I'm going on holiday to Hawaii, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. How would you take that and still come down begging him that you should come back home? Why? Why would you do that? Oh no, you should not do that, my dear sisters. You shouldn't. Because we are Christians does not mean that we are fools. You shouldn't become a fool. No. There are some things that are wrong and should not be tolerated. It should not be tolerated at all. That's the truth. If he feels that he can get a smaller girl, believe me, you too can get a much younger boy than he can even get. There are so many outside. I know it. I'm not advocating that you should go and get a younger boy outside, but what I'm saying is that you should not think that life has ended for you once he's not standing by you as a husband. No. That's all I'm trying to tell you. There are so many men out there. So many men, so many useless of them out there. So don't let him now begin to, and the girl is carrying about also is as useless as himself, because the girl knows he's married, he has a wife, he has children. He's supposed to be a responsible man to his home, and the girl is following him. The same way, there are so many of them out there, so many useless boys and men out there that are willing, that will help you to make him even feel jealous. You don't have to go out with any of them, but they will come round and say, come. I know of the story of a elderly couple. I say elderly couple because their children are also have gotten married and having children. They are elderly couples, and they've been one from the days of their life. They've been good. They've been so united. They've been one and everything. But the problem was that the man didn't have a male child, and it was still a burden for him. And he wanted a male child, and asked me, what did he do? It was one of the friends of his daughters that he went to impregnate. He was dating her, sleeping with her behind, telling the girl that he wants a male child. And lo and behold, the girl gave birth to a male child. See how the devil works? The girl gave birth to a male child, and the woman was so disappointed because this is not a big story from far away, it's so close by here. They were so close that they used one ATM card, one bank is what they use. Everything, they are so close that the woman was so shocked, could not believe that her husband could do that to her. Even at that age, when down there, the girl that got pregnant is one of the friends that have come into their house before, to their children's friends. So the woman left the man. She was so shocked, she left the house. She moved out of the house. Before the end of 6 months, she too had a boyfriend. She got a boyfriend. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if she can get a boyfriend, if a boy can be following the woman home and be chasing after her, there is nothing you cannot do. I'm not proclaiming that you should go and get a girl boyfriend, but don't make yourself don't now think that life can't go on. Nothing can happen for me again. Oh, this is it. Now begin to cry and want to kill yourself and be begging the man, and crying all the time. No. You should pick up the pieces of your life. Praise the Lord. Men, let's move on. So, infidelity, strange women. There are different types of them. I'm going to talk about that later. Some men will say, my wife, there was one that I heard that he said he's going to get another wife from Nigeria. Why? Because his wife came to London and she's using Mary Kay, and she's going to party, she doesn't listen to him anymore. She's now British wife, and so he's going to go back to Nigeria and get a younger girl and to use to spite the wife. There are a lot of silly. I feel that this excuse is just rubbish. It's just rubbish excuse. There's nothing, the two of you should not be able to sit down to work out. Okay? My wife is rude, does not listen to me anymore. Therefore, I'm going to get another wife from Nigeria. That's wrong. Then the issue of the advantage of residency permit. There are a lot of people that go into relationship based on benefit. Okay, I want to marry her because she has residency permit. Once I marry her, I will use it to get my residency permit in this. Of course, the marriage is not going to last. It's not go of any good. It's not going to last one day. Immediately the man gets his papers. I know somebody like that told me that, see, she's doing this. I'm just waiting for December. Once my paper comes in December, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. There are lots of marriages based on that. That's not marriage. You know, where we are from, in Africa, you go into marriage not because of benefit, not because he's rich, not because he can get you abroad, not because he's tall, not because he's young, not because he's white, not because he's light, not because he's dark, but because you love him and you've seen him, you've known him, you've had a kind of relationship with him, and you hope to be able to spend the rest of your life together as friends, best friends, and husband and wife, you know, building a home together, raising children together, and looking on to the future together, healing together. Not that, okay, I'm just tolerating her now so that I can use her to get my papers. That's the reason why I went for her. I don't like her. No, a lot of people have told me, oh, so many rubbish I've heard when it comes between husband and wife. I married, I was just testing her. I didn't know she's going to get married. I didn't know she's going to get pregnant. And now that she's pregnant, she refused to abort the baby. So I'm just stuck. I've heard that before from a man saying that about his wife. I just got stalked, and they had 4 children together, and they are not married together. They are not married because the foundation was not based on that. They try to work it out. Any little slightest mistake of each other, you can't overlook it, because in the first place, you don't want her. You don't want her. So as a woman, before you open your 2 legs to a man, you need to, you know, make your calculations right. Do you love him? Does he love you? Are you ready to spend the rest of your life with him? Is he also ready to spend the rest of his life with you? And it's not just, you know, don't just take his words for it. Men lies. Men are liars. You need to know that, especially a man that has a sweet mouth, that can talk. When he's talking, you get carried away. You know that that one is a born liar. He's a fraudster. And he's come not only just to steal, to destroy your life, because after he has taken your money, spent your time, impregnated you, giving you children, he will now also emotionally damage you. So that's why you should be very careful when you are going for a man. Don't see it as a game. It's not a game at all. And there are a lot of women, also I must say this to my sisters, there are a lot of women that know that this man is not right for them. They know it already. They know. It's not like they are trying to think. They already know that this is not right for them, but they will still be playing. They will still be playing around with that man, still be joking, still be thinking that maybe something can change, maybe something will happen, maybe this, maybe that. You call me and tell me the reasons why it's wrong for you. What do you expect me to say also? What do you expect me to say to it? You know, you already know it. You just want a confirmation. You need to know. You just need to say no when you should say no. Okay? And the issue of marriage is you can gamble with. You can't gamble with marriage. Men are liars. You are right. Somebody just commented that men are liars. I'm right. Yes, men are liars. And they believe that we, women, we are fools. Do you know that? Do you know that men believe that women are toys? They are fools. They are not as wise as them. They can just toil around with them. They can just cheat them, sleep with them, and even beat them on top of it. Do you know? Men believe that. You need to know that these are the things that men think about. Do you need to know that these are the things that go on their head? Those are their beliefs. Those are their thoughts. Okay? I'm not saying all men, but most of them. Most of them. Most of them are liars. There are good ones out there also. There are good men out there. But most of them are liars. They will be lying to your face like this. And they know you can't find out. They believe you have small brain. And you also prove it right that you have small brain. Enough is enough of all that. Enough is enough of all that. We as women, we have to rise up and say no. Even if I'm not going to have a husband, does not mean, at least for now, does not mean I cannot live a good, decent life. It's better you are single than you living a life that is less than you should be living. It is better that you are with a man. It's better you are single. You are better off without a man. Okay? It is well. Men these days have changed to something else. Well, it is because of the perilous times that we're seeing. It's because of the things that are happening out there now. Desperation for money. Okay? Desperation for money. So if they feel they can't get money, they can't work and get money, and they see a woman that is lonely, quiet, easygoing, seem gullible and vulnerable, they feel they can take advantage of her and get her money and even still be sleeping with her. That is what's happening. That's what's happening. And the laws of the land does not also favor them as men. Because I've seen one of my girlfriends who was pregnant. Her husband was still in Africa. She came here, was pregnant, and a man was chasing her that he said he's ready, is prepared to take the pregnancy. It's not because he loves her. It's only because he's desperate for papers. He's hoping that, okay, when she gives birth to the child, then they will now lay claim on the child, use the child as their foundation for preparing their papers and things like that. That's why he was chasing her. And the good thing about this, my friend, was that she was wise enough to know that you don't want me. All you want is the papers. And that's the truth. Is the residency permit, the permit to be able to stay in the land. Okay? He said it is better to look for a partner to marry in your locality that knows your culture of your place. Well, it doesn't matter. Even those that knows the culture of your place does not matter. Those are the worst people. Even those that knows your culture. It's good to marry you. It's good to marry somebody. The main thing is not necessarily to marry someone that from your locality, maybe from your tribe or from your country. You don't have to. You don't have to. I've seen people that didn't marry from their locality, that didn't marry from their tribe, that didn't marry from their country, but they love each other. They can endure anything from each other. They understand each other, and they are working it out. It's not necessarily important that you marry someone from your tribe, from your locality, from your country to be able to make marriage work. No, it doesn't justify. No, it does not always work. The main thing is someone that you love and loves you, somebody that you are able to endure anything with, that you understand, that understands you, that you can live it and make yourselves happy. That's the most important thing. Yeah, because they are from your country, they are liars. It is well in Jesus' name. The other one, another reason for separation and divorce is abuse. Abuse in your relationship. This one is very wrong. Whether it is emotional abuse, keeping malice with your wife, he won't eat, he won't talk to you, he will come in and go out, all manner of emotional abuse, physical abuse, be beating up the man, beating up the woman. It's not based on anything the woman did. Before she voiced out her thoughts, you are already beating her up. Before anything, you are smacking her, you are beating her. And I've seen a place where the man also tells the children to be beating up their mother and be calling their mother's name as well. Okay, I've seen a situation like that as well. The man beat the woman so much, he was almost choking her to death. In that kind of a case, you don't need anybody to tell you to pack your things and disappear. And the truth is that such men will still pursue after you. Even after you have left them, they will still be pursuing after you. And I've seen cases where a man, after he has left you, sometimes he will be the one to leave or he chased you out of the house, and he will still be pursuing you and telling you that you cannot make anything out of yourself. You are this, you are that, you are useless, you are nothing, nobody can love you, nobody can do. It's a lie. It's a big lie. It's a big lie. Women, you need to know, especially a man that is like that. The problem is never with you in the first place. The only mistake you have is that why would you, find yourself with such a man? That's the mistake you made. The only mistake you made in your life is to find yourself with such a man. And the first time he raised his hand on you And he was now lying again that is a lie. It's because he loves you. That's why he beat you. You should have known that he's an abuser. And probably he was abused as a child. And he has his own problems that he needs to deal with. That's why he's just taking it out on you. And there are a lot of women like that out there that are taking all this abuse quietly and silently at home. I once went to a program, a women's program. I was invited to as a speaker. And one of the people asked the question how she will deal with her husband I think he lost his job and couldn't find a job, and things were not working so well for the man, but the woman was doing fine. And there were ministers in their church. They were ministers in the church, as in people that are respected in the church, people that are seen as men and women of God. But the man was abusive at home because of all these things he's going through, taking out his frustration on the woman and the children. They couldn't breathe, they couldn't laugh, they couldn't do anything at home. They were ghosts in their own homes. And when visitors come in, especially from the church, the whole atmosphere will change. You will be smiling. You will be doing as if, oh, he's a good man. The woman was now asking the question, how does she deal with such? How is she supposed to deal with such a man? There are lots of abusers, whether in church or not. We see them everywhere. I even know another one that was abusing the wife at home and warned the wife, if you tell them in church, I will kill you, I will chase you out of this house. And the woman kept quiet and was taking the abuse. We see all these things everywhere, starting from church. I'm not talking about unbelievers. I'm talking about believers, ministers of God, ministers, people that carry the Bible and preach. When they preach, you will give your life to Christ. Okay? These are the ones I'm talking about. So, as a woman, you should not tolerate any form of abuse. The first day it happens, the second time it happens, you should put a full stop to it right there and then. If not, it will graduate. And then by the time you are so wrapped up in it, you cannot deliver yourself out of it. Yes, I said it last week that when separation happens between husband and wife, it doesn't end there. Oh, they want to know everything about you. Somebody was saying that, yes, man, they become a witch, going behind you, going behind your back to your friends to know what you are doing after they've left you. Yes, they want to monitor your life. They want to see that you are not happy. That's what they want. They want to make sure that you are no longer happy, no happiness in your life again. I've seen that several times. Once there is separation between the man and the wife, especially the man. It is especially the man this time, not even the woman. The man will be trying to prove that he is happy, he is good, life is good for him. See, money has just flowed into his house now because you left, but you are the one that is miserable. And he will be sending you texts to make you cry. He will be sending you texts to make you miserable, and you will be accepting the text. No, you should purposely make yourself happy. All right? Purposely make yourself happy. Last week, somebody called in and said a man went back to his former wife. The woman had left you before, and you separated from her, and you thought that you've divorced, and you went to take another person to marry. You married her officially. You took her before court. You took her before the church. You asked for her hand and married from her parents. And then now this old wife came and said, I'm the wife, and you left the woman, and you are still tormenting this woman that she cannot get married. She can't leave her. And you are a killer. All these men, they are bad. Women, you need to come to understanding of all these things, and don't just put yourself in prison. There are some prison you yourself can break down the gates of such prison. Break yourself loose from every demonic prison. And when you are going into marriage or anything with any man and he wants you to do covenants that you are going to be shedding blood, you should know that that man is a demonic person. I once heard that a woman that her husband called her and said somebody got pregnant for him and had his child, and so he wants to be a part of the child's life, and he also wants to marry the woman. So the three of them to come together and make a covenant. That man is a demonic man. Is a demonic man, and he cannot keep any covenant. He just wants to entrap you. That's all he wants to do. Any man that wants to say, oh Lord, I love you, then let's cut our blood, and he is a demonic person. That's how you should know. And a lot of us, we love demonic people. We love demonic things. We women, we have inordinate affections for things that we should not have affections for. It is a demonic man. If he wants you to go into some kind of ritual and sacrifice and some covenant that you must do to entrap you, your life cannot move on from him. He must tie you up to himself. If he can find another woman, then you too have a right to move on and be happy. Not that you should be entrapped, except if you want it. Except if you want that. Except if you want it. What I'm trying to tell you here on this program is that when a man decides to leave you, when your husband decides to leave for whatever reason, there is still life, there is still hope for you, and there is still joy and happiness for you after him. That is what I bring. That's the message to you today. You can pick up the pieces of your life. You should not be entrapped and be caged by such a man. You should not. And you have to, it is in your hand. It is in your power. It is within your reach to deliver yourself from anything he's planning, is doing to cage you. You need to know that. That is the good news I bring to anyone that is listening to me today. Okay? If peradventure you find yourself in this situation, no, all his texts, cut it off. Stop listening and reading his text. Why does he care again? Why is he telling you all those negative words? You see, your life cannot be anything without me. This and that. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's just trying to get into your mind and to make you also feel that, yes, you can't be anything without him. You can. You can be much more than he can imagine without you. And he's afraid of it. That's why he's texting all those nonsense texts to you. He's afraid of what you are going to become. He's afraid that you're going to meet somebody much better than him. He's afraid that you're going to be much happier. He's afraid that you're going to be more richer. He's afraid that you're going to go places that he could not take you. He's afraid of all those things. That's why he's texting you all those negative words, so that you'll be unhappy as you're reading it, and you'll be crying. You'll be wishing that he comes back. No. 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 You need to know that. Says, my pastor suffered the same thing from his wife. She turned the children from him, both pastors. What should he do? He's a man of God. He should ask God, what did you do? There's another contributor. It says, after 4 children with him, he now calls me a witch and wants me out. Imagine. Why? Because he wants to flesh blood. He thinks that you are too old. He wants to explore more sexual experiment with younger girls. When he does with those girls, also he will be tired of them. That's the truth. They can't get enough. He's a hole that cannot be filled with them. There are some people like that. There are men like that. All right? It's not you. Don't make him. You see, what I hate most is the the verbal abuse. The physical ones. The physical abuse of beating you, shedding your eyes, your nose, you can't even see it clearly again with one eye. This one is broken, that one is broken, all manner of physical abuse. Then the verbal abuse, because that one affects you psychologically. You begin to think less of yourself. You begin to think that you are nobody. You begin to think that, yes, what he's saying to you is true. He's a lie. He's probably abused while he was a child. That's why he's abusing you as well. Okay, there are some men that likes to take their frustrations on their wife. All men does it anyway. They take their frustration on their wife. Anything, if it is negative outside, they bring it home. That negative energy and what they cannot do outside, who they cannot punch, who they cannot talk to outside, They now see a woman that is submissive to them, and they begin to rain abuse, rain curse, rain this, rain that, beat her up as well. She doesn't know how to cook well. She poured the water on the floor. She did this, she did that. She, all manner of things, silly excuses. I even know one then that pastor was so mad about that he's not yet married this girl. They were just cohabiting together, living together, London. Living together and thinking that, okay, we'll get married, you send your people, go and meet my people in the village and all that. See the way he beat this girl. He beat her to nonsense. Nonsense. He beat the girl. He has not married her. He hasn't married her yet. And he beat her so much. All his own personal frustrations and every other thing. Put the whole thing on the girl and beat her. Number one, as a man, hands down, you will beat a girl. So why would you now be beating her so much? If not because something is wrong somewhere. Something is definitely wrong. Most women underestimate themselves. That is true. A lot, because our society has, programmed our head like that. Our African society program women to be inferior, to think that they are inferior to women. No, we are not inferior. And we are not less than men. We are only different. Men are created to function in certain way. Women are created to function in certain way. We are not less than them. Okay? But according to God's ordinances, we all have our places and the way we are supposed to function. Because I'm functioning as this does not make me less than you. For example, we have the head, we have the hands, we have the leg, we have every part of our body. Because the head stands as the head does not make the head more important than any other thing. It's not important. Because if any part of your body is wrong, feeling pain somewhere there, every part of your body will feel it, that something is wrong somewhere. So we all work together as body, not that one is less than the other. Believe me, he's not superior than you. And the truth is that there is no perfect relationship. If a man leaves you, if a man leaves you, his wife, and go and meet a woman, and is now painting a picture to you that, oh, they are so perfect, is a lie. Have you ever seen a perfect relationship? There is no perfect relationship. I'm sure that woman, the things you take from him, cannot take it from him. And he will be swallowing the pain. He will be swallowing the pain. And I think it is when he's swallowing the pain, that's when he will remember to send you a sticker text again to make you unhappy. Because he is unhappy where he is. If he's truly happy, enjoying himself, he won't even remember to be, making somebody else's life unhappy. But when he is unhappy, when things are not going well and he's painting a nasty picture, he wants to paint a good picture for you, that's when he will remember to send you a nasty text and say, oh, life is good. It's a lie. It's a lie. Things is not always the way they seem. Things are not always the way they seem. Okay? You need to know that things are not always the way they seem. Can you help me to share the broadcast? We have fish brain. No, women do not have fish brain. We have a godly brain. In fact, we think better than them. Yes, the way like I said, the way we function is different from the way they function. They may be thinking further than we think further, but we think, the way we think for the good. We think on how to protect. We think women are the one that build a home. A man can't build a home. He knows it himself. He cannot build home. He can construct the building, but the building is not a home. All right? It's not a home. It is the woman that makes the house a home. With food, with love, with compassion, with kindness, with goodness, with some comfort. It's the woman that does all that. So because a man says you have fish brain does not mean you have fish brain. All right? You need to know that you don't have fish brain. Don't let anybody make you feel that you have fish brain. All right? So Male inferiority complex. My wife is too proud because she's more successful. Remember the case of the testimony of the man, of the minister that lost his job, and the wife, the wife was still having her own job and is now so abusive at home. He was once like this, but now he changed. He's no longer loving at home. And that's the truth. Men, everything about them is money, 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 their job, money, money, job, money, job, money, job, money, job. That's what makes a man. But a woman, even when she loses a job, she'll still have compassion for her husband, have compassion for her children, still take care of things, still does a lot of things, and still believe God for the best. But when a man is not able to pick up himself, oh, that's it. It's gone. Everything about him is gone. That is it. That's the way men are wired. That's why I said the way God created women is different from the way God created men. Okay, we all function differently. And there is no one that is not superior or more inferior to the other. We are all different. We are all equal and different at the same time. We are equal and different. Okay, we are not inferior to each other. But men, they feel inferior when they don't have money. That's the problem with them. They feel very inferior when money is not coming into their hand. That's why you see a lot of men, they abuse their wife when she's better off than them. They abuse them when they see that things are getting better, or they keep them in such a place that they cannot have money. It is a man that feels very, that is intimidated by his, what the woman will become, that will say, don't walk, don't go and walk, stay at home, I'll give you money. I'll give you money for everything. I'll give you money for shoe, money for bag, money for food. Just stay at home. Don't do anything. Don't be seen. Don't be heard. Just hide in my house, and I will be giving you money. It's because of his male pride. He is afraid that when you go to the office and you are doing what he's doing, you are facing a lot of things. What's going to happen? My wife one man can see my wife. She's so pretty. I don't want anybody else to see her. I don't, all those things. It's not all men that believes that, but most men are like that. Most men, they can't stand it if they see you talking to another man. Immediately, their head is thinking you are sleeping with that man. That's all they are thinking in their head. That's all they can think in their head. Okay? So that's the problem with men. Our African men, especially our African men, those that have some African tradition that believes that, no, as an African woman, my mother did this. Your mother was in the village when you were growing up, not in the city. Now that we have a lot of bills, now that we have opportunities, now that we are so enlightened, we can do a lot of things. Not that you should keep her buried, covered and buried, nobody see her, no, she can't even voice her opinion on any subject. No, those days are past. Those days are past. So you need to know that men have inferiority complex. Men have inferiority complex to women. They feel intimidated. So men don't like female bosses. Men don't want to hear the voice of a woman, even when they know that, especially when they know she's more intelligent than them, she's more powerful in connection, in experience, in ideas, and in money. They don't like it. Men are intimidated by all these things I tell you. So if peradventure you are a woman and your husband is not as much as well experienced or as well exposed or as well favored than you, then you have to have a way of relating with him. If you are married to him already, you have children. The best thing is to carry yourself along. You grow together. As you are growing, you also help him to grow as well, so that he doesn't feel intimidated. But if you leave him behind, completely behind, oh my God, that relationship would not work. It won't work. That inferiority complex will always come between the two of you. He will begin to exert it in his words. He will be exerting it in beating you. You'll be exerting it in looking for a one small nasty girl outside to be sleeping with that you can't believe your husband can be with when he has you as his wife. You know, those are the ways that they exert that inferiority complex. I've seen it before, and it still keeps happening. As women, it does happen. So another reason is when there is no more flames between the husband and the wife, no spark in your love life or sex life anymore, then the man begin to go out. There are some men that have, I don't know, their sexual appetite is from, I won't say from hell, but they can't just be satisfied. They want more. You see, the problem is that men can have sex without emotion. They feel that all they're just doing is their head is not tied up to their sexual organ. All they are feeling is they just want sex, they just want sex, they just want to exploit. But a woman will not give it up without emotional ties. That's why most of the times I see men also call me and say their wife is doing this, their wife is doing that, and it's really hurting the man. And the woman does not care anymore, because the woman, anybody a woman is having constant sex with, she's definitely emotionally tied up to that man. And that also goes for the men that feels that they can cheat, they're just having fun. You go and, you know, and that place is a trap for you. You feel that you thought you just want to quickly have a quick one with this girl. You don't love her, you don't care about her. You just feel that, oh, you love her shape, you love this, you like her skin, you want to have a share of whatever it is she has. But on the other hand, she's a trap. You can't come in and go the same way. Once you come in onto her sexually, you are trapped there. That is the problem that we see these days. So men didn't, you know, bargain to leave their wife. They just were just exploiting, sleeping around. But they got trapped in one particular hole that they went into, because the woman is a trap herself. So those are the reasons, some of the reasons. So when a man constantly visits that woman, you are constantly visiting her and eating her food. You don't know that the entrance into your soul is your sexual organ and everything that goes into your mouth. Everything that goes into what you see, what you hear, what you eat, what you drink, what the sexual relationship that you have goes into your soul, and it can change you from who you used to be to a stranger that you can't even recognize on the mirror. You'll be looking at yourself, you won't be able to recognize yourself based on what you are passing into your soul. And that comes from your eyes, watching pornography and all manner of things that you should not be watching, eating demonic food. When a woman puts what manner of nonsense in food for you, you are giving onto food. You eat anywhere. You've been sleeping with her anyway, so you can eat her food. You feel you can eat her food. And she has planned some love potion, you know, and you can't even imagine how they make that love potion that you eat. You men, especially you men, I'm talking to the men that eat love potion. You have a girlfriend and she's cooking nonsense for you. Do you know how they prepare that love potion? They wash their vagina into that love potion. Most love potion have vagina washed inside of it. So you continue to eat vagina outside. You continue to eat some nonsense food with your girlfriend, thinking that you are having a quick one, you can outsmart her. But lo and behold, she's outsmarting you. That's what happens. That's what happens. That is what happens. That's what happens out there. They didn't know. They didn't know they can get trapped. They thought that, oh, this girl, she's lonely, and I don't worry, let me try her out. That's all they all thought. They didn't know that she's a trap, and they got trapped into it. They got trapped into it. So, men, there are women out there that are traps. So if you think that you may have done it with some people that were not traps, and you got away with it. But one day, one trap, when it catches you, you will know. You won't even know. The problem is that you will know you are under bewitchment. You can't tell. You can't tell the difference anymore. You will be saying nonsense out that you can't even be. The children that you labored all your life for, that are so precious to you, they will have no more value in your eyes. Why? Because you have entered into the trap. You have entered into the trap of a strange woman. Okay? The last one is those ones that are pedophiles or that say, well, I didn't know, I wasn't sure, but I'm gay. I'm gay. I don't want a wife anymore. I've been secretly having an affair with a man. Now I want to come out in the open. I've seen cases like that as well. There are some men that are pedophiles that like children, okay, that go after children. And for me, I see it as a curse. They are under a spell. Such a man, they are under spell, because it's not a normal thing for you to be a pedophile and be going after children and be watching some children pornography. That is something evil. I've also had a case of a man that was sleeping with his daughter. Okay, that is not normal. It's what we call unpardonable error. Unpardonable error is a spell that is cast on such a person, and he does not know what he's doing. Okay, but then when it comes to the issue of the gay, the problem is that most women, you see, you also opt for it. Why do I say that? Yes, you may ask me. Why do I say that? A gay man always gives you sign that he's gay. The way I believe that this is a mature broadcast. It's for adults. When God created man and woman, the way we go into each other sexually is different from the way gay people do it. And when your husband is demanding it from another direction that is not normal between the husband and the wife, you should have that sensitivity that is gay. And if he's constantly demanding it, I'm sure there will be no feeling, there's no emotion, because I've heard a lot of testimonies of women that, how can you be pounding me from the back like that? Yes, I'm just tired, my anus is hurting. Do you understand? So when a man is constantly demanding it from that area, you know he is gay. So the best thing is call him, sit him down. What is the way forward? Well, I don't want to be with you. I followed you. I want to be with you. If you are not, in this manner. But if you say you are gay, then let it be clear. Or let's use discretion so that the children can have understanding of what is going on. And let me move on with my own life. But some men, they will be doing it with men and be doing it also with women. And some women don't mind, because you'll be amazed at options that a lot of women submit to. There are a lot of women that go through this. They already have that feeling that this man is gay. But because they want to save face, they don't mind. They won't confront the issue. They will keep on doing it until the man himself come out and say, well, I've been tolerating you now. I want to come out full-fledged as gay, and I don't want you anymore. They now begin to count. I've been with you for 20 years. I've been with you for 30 years. I've been with you for so years. Well, it's a choice you made yourself. So you can decide and say, well, I don't want this. I want this, or this, how I want my own life. Everybody have their own life and destiny in their own hands. But my message to you today is that let no man brainwash you. Let no mother brainwash you. Let no society wash your brain. That because you're a single lady, a single parent, or a divorcee, or separated from your husband, that you cannot make something good again from your life is a lie. That is not true. You are better off on your own, living a decent life, than in a cage of slavery, of abuse, or all manner of things. And you can pick up the pieces of your life after a man leaves you, or after your husband leaves you. And when things become so sour between the two of you, you see, when maybe he offends you, you offend him, you can apologize. You say, oh, I'm sorry for saying that, oh, I'm sorry for doing this. But when the case of another woman is coming in and there is a threat of bring another woman in, there is a threat of this, a threat of that, or the in-laws are coming in and you are now begging people around, let me tell you, it does not make matters worse, better. You always make things worse. That's what I've seen. You begging your in-laws or begging your husband, don't bring another woman in, is a lie. That's when you will now have the energy. The thing will now come upon him that you should go and bring the woman home whenever you start begging. Why are you begging? There's no need to beg. You shouldn't even put yourself in the position where you have to be begging in the first place. That's my counsel. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to be begging and begging and begging. Don't beg. Don't beg. Stop begging. Stop kneeling down. Be begging and begging. Then you will now be bringing the woman in, another girl in, one small girl. That is not much. It's not even up to you. Not half of you. So, my dear sisters, you can make something out of your life. Definitely make something out of your life after separation and divorce. Okay? You can. Number one, you have to believe in yourself. That's the first thing you have to do. You have to believe that I can do this. I can do it. I can. You were once on your own before you got married. And even if you have never been on your own, believe me, Jesus is on your side. It may be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be a walkover. I'm not saying there won't be any form of pain. There won't be times when you will just sit down and wonder, Lord, why is things like this? But you can do it. Believe in yourself, you can do it. Bible says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So also you can do it. So determine in your heart that I will make something out of this. All those negative energy, all the bad feelings from the separation and divorce, channel it into a positive thing. Go back to school. Okay? Learn a trade. Decide that you want to do something. Right? Make a difference in somebody's life. Don't live a selfish life. Okay? That is a useless life. Living a selfish life, living for yourself, me, myself, and I is a useless life. Or living for revenge. No. Revenge leaves a hole. After you have achieved your aim, then what happens next? That's not good enough. Live a life that makes a difference. Affect other people's life. Touch them. Teach some, go out there and make a difference to somebody else's life. Turn around your own mistake into your message. Make your mistake your message. Tell people, teach people, encourage somebody. Do something good. Give your life a meaning. That when you sit back, your children also can sit and call you blessed. And say, my mom is this, my mom is that. She picked up herself. She was able to do this. She's able to do that. She's able to do that. All right? It's not going to be an easy thing. It's not something that you wake up and it will be at the snap of your hand. No, but you take one day at a time. You take one day at a time. Go back to school, get a good job. Get a job, start from something. Begin to work yourself up. Work yourself up. Work yourself up. Learn. You keep learning. We keep learning. We keep learning. Even after we've left school, you read, you go on the internet, read books, read this, read that. Go for conferences, go for seminars. You see, there are people that are out there doing seminars. Listen to all these things. Yeah. Somebody said if she believes that if the divorce or the separation is not your fault, that God will make the best out of it for you. Yes. You see, if you emit positive things out of you, if you are not bitter, you have to consciously not be bitter. I've once seen a lady that her husband left her for her housemaid. Let me tell you this story. She got here, she got married to this man, came to London and decided she wanted to do nursing. And she was going to do nursing. And because she had 2 children, she needed help with the children. She got someone to come from Africa to help her with the children. And the husband said no, she cannot work, she cannot go to school, that in their family, their wives are housewives, they don't work, they don't do anything, all they do is eat, sleep, take care of the house and sleep with them. And they sleep with them. That's what they do. In London, not in Africa. In London here. And the man that did not suffice it. The man gathered all his family members also, gathered up on top of this woman to tell her that she cannot do this nursing that she's doing. She has to be a housewife, full housewife, that in their family, their wives do not work. And she said, no, she's not about that. And the man impregnated the woman that she brought in, the maid that was helping her to take care of her children. Impregnated that one, sent the woman back to Africa after he impregnated her. And the woman said, okay, fine, if that is the case, no, for me, I will work. She finished her nursing, got a fantastic job, bought a house, has a car, her children are doing wonderfully well, okay? And she's married now with a widower. A widow, a man that lost his wife. She married such a man. So this is a testimony for you out there. I don't know what your own circumstances might be, but whatever the circumstances is, what I'm telling you out here today is that there is still life. Where there is life, I always believe there is hope. Hope for something much greater than even you can imagine. All right? Help me to love, like, and share the broadcast. As many as are watching, are you sharing the broadcast for me? God bless you. Help me to share this broadcast. Amen. Let's try and share the broadcast. I'm not seeing us sharing the broadcast. Let's try and share this broadcast. So be happy. Don't be bittered. And this husband I'm telling you about, he is always the one taking the woman to court. Take her to court for this, take her to court for that. When she tells me that, oh, he did this, they never. Why would I take him to court? He's the father of my children. So I don't need to take him to court. Let him have his way. Let him do this. She has no iota of bitterness in her. I looked at her like that. I was like, whoa. So there are people like, yes, you can do it. You don't need bitterness. Bitterness will only damage you. It's not going to bring anything good for you. It's true, you may have wasted time, wasted years with him, taking your money, doing all some manner of things. You have to forgive. Make a conscious and say, I forgive. I forgive. There are times when you have to say it several times before the realization of it begin to happen to you. You have to let go. You have to forgive. And so that you can, look positive up to something better and greater. And what if God did it for this lady? He can do it for you also. She has a good job. She has a house. Her house was 70% paid for by her employer in London. In London here, not in anywhere else. So don't tell me, oh, it's impossible. When she was going to buy a house, 70% of her house was paid for by her employer. Okay? So that's the power of positive emotion. Power of positive emotion. The Lord will help us, will comfort you. I don't know where you are hurting at this time. I know there are a lot of women going through different cases, different issues. Some is their in-laws. Oh my God. The issue of in-law is another day. We can't even talk about that today. Some is their in-laws along with their husband, Some is a strange woman that wants to just be tormenting them. And they've so given themselves up to these strange women to be tormenting them. There are different types of strange women. There are those that want to share your husband with you. That they want to share. They know he's married and they don't mind as long as he spends 2 days with them and he comes home. That's their aim. There are some that want to snatch him completely, take him away from you. There are those that also want to be controlling your home, controlling your husband. You see, anytime he picks their call like this, mood change in the house. They know when you are happy. They know they want to be dictating how things happen in your house. Are you smiling or are you crying? Are you bending or are you not bending? They want to control every little thing in your household. Don't give them such a power. Okay? There are those that just want to be tormenting you. They will be sending you texts. They will be sending you pictures. They will be saying all manner of things. They will go and gather their similar people like them that are not in their husband homes. Also, single girls, useless girls that are not going anywhere. They will gather them behind them and they will be tormenting you day and night, sending pictures on Facebook, on this one, on that one, all manner of things. There are those of them. Even in the church. Even in the church. The church one is the worst one because you think that you are in the church, you are not conscious of it, you are not aware of it, you thought they are sister this, sister that, and you brought them into your home. Anyone that wants to be coming in between the two of you, coming into your house, stay until your husband comes back from work, is not a good sister. It's not a good sister at all. What kind of sister is that? That the only time she comes to your home is when your husband is around, when your husband will be around, or when he's around. Okay? That's an intruder into your home. There are those that want to kill you and take your husband. There are women there that want to kill you. There are those that are after your husband's wealth. They don't really want the man. All they want is his wealth. There are those that also want to steal his virtue. They want to just take his virtue. They want these ones are the marine spirit. They want to take his virtue. They know he has virtue. There are men, especially men, that they will get through to the man through the wife. All they're after is the virtue of the man. The virtue is using to be glorious, that is using to get wealth, that is using to be famous. They want to get through that virtue. Okay? There are those demons, those marine spirits. They are out to just destroy marriages. You see? Okay? There are spirits, they are called marine spirits. They are demons, they are sent by Satan to go and destroy marriages, destroy homes, destroy marriages. And they will not come and say, I'm a demon, I'm a marine spirit, I've come to destroy your home. They are not going to put up a face like that. They are going to come subtly into your church, into your home, as a friend, as this, as that. You will be sympathetic to them. You will want them. You will love them. You will do everything for them. You will be kind to them. You will show them kindness and love. They will come and, get you emotionally tied up to them, to be sympathetic to their situation. And then you will be no. Come into my home. You open the door for Satan. Those looking for your husband to father their children, and those that just want to be called Mrs. So and so as well. There are so many strange women out there. So many. These are the end times. These are perilous times, the Bible says. And we need to be on our guard as women. You need to know that. You need to know that there are friends and there are friends. There are unfriendly friends, and even in the church. I need you to open your eyes up to all these things I'm talking about. I pray that anyone that is out there that needs this word will be able to get it. And I thank you all for helping me to share, and I also still need you to continue to share the broadcast for me. If there's anybody that has a contribution, of course you can call in or you can send your text. You've all been sending in your text messages anyway, and I've been trying to read them. You are on point, very rampant, no conscience again. Amen. Thank you, ma'am. So there are so many people out there. So many different kind of situations that are out there. What can we do? What can we do? And to pray and to be on the watch. The Bible says watch and pray. Watch and pray. She says she has all the power, but God power supersedes her power. Yeah, there are some people that will be threatening you with some demonic powers. I've seen cases like that. You don't go into exchange of words with all these strange women. I want to kill me, but my God intervene. Don't go into exchange of words with them. Don't especially. You just need to be on your guard. You need to know. Okay? Is anybody, if you want to call in, you can call in now. If there's anyone that would like to call in, if you want to call in, God bless you, you can call in. What about marrying a divorced man that his ex-wife is still alive? Well, if you want to marry a divorced man that his ex-wife is still alive, you see, marriage after divorce is not by design. It's by the grace of God. It is by the grace of God. I've seen a case where people are divorced and they are friends. They stay as friends for the sake of the children. Okay? And there are some that are enemies for life. There are some that don't see each other again. They believe they can never come across each other again. So, I mean, circumstances are different. Circumstances are different. I don't know what these circumstances are, but God will lead. Let God be the one leading. If you have been in divorce before, if you have been divorced before, and you are going into another marriage, you need to be very, very careful with it so that it does not end in that divorce again. I heard of a story of a lady who had been divorced before. I'm not even sure if that was the second time, but this time she has a good job in Africa. She had a wonderful job, wonderful apartment, drivers to her call on her passport. There's nowhere she has not been. She married this guy, came to London, and gave up all those things, sold everything she had, gave up her job, everything except for maybe the little cash she still had with her. Came here, and all the man wanted was just to have her as a trophy and be as a society wife. He had somebody else that he loved, he wanted to have children with, but maybe that one is not a good image for him, but this one will serve as a good image, a societal good image for him, that when people see him and her, they will say, yes, this is a good wife. But no, but that's not the real wife. The real wife is somebody else somewhere at the back that is meeting, that his family accepts and recognizes and have children for him. There are so many different circumstances of people, so many different circumstances. That's why I said, once you've been divorced and you are going into another marriage, you must be hearing the voice of the Lord as you are hearing my voice before you go into it. You must be very, very careful so that you don't go and make a second mistake and they will now be saying marriage 1, marriage 2, marriage, and they start counting it for you. You have to be very careful, because that's the reason why this lady also felt so trapped that if she is to leave this one again, what will they say? What will people say? It's not even an option for her. So she's prepared to take any rubbish she sees in that marriage. Can you imagine that? For someone who has been married before divorce, for her to go into another one and is going to be oppressed all the days of her life. I can't begin to tell you all the number of things that they say in her presence. Be telling her to her face that you are nobody here. This is our real wife. This is this is that. And the man also is what do you want to do about it? That's what the man told her. He was not even sorry. He was not even begging her. He was not, imagine that. So that's why, and this is someone that could have been on her own. She can afford, she has a good job. She traveled the world. She had drivers to cars to herself. This is somebody that has been in a good position to now find herself in this kind of position. That's why I said, if you've been married before and you now want to do it again, you must really, really pray about it. You must ask a lot of questions. You cannot be swept off of your feet by any man. Don't let anything sweep you off of your feet. You have to do the investigation so thoroughly. Don't be moved. Be very slow at it. Take your time to make the investigation and make it right. Pray fast. Let God show you what will happen after the wedding. Not that you will now go into it and you now begin to see things that you can't believe you are seeing. So my dear sisters, okay? He wasn't married to the real wife. It's not like he's married. He has an arrangement with the girl, somebody he has dated before. You've dated somebody before and you now found another person and you now want to marry. And you're not supposed to cut off from that one and say, okay, this is now my wife, and renounce all others. But no, you are keeping one somewhere, visiting her, having children with her. Your family is going there and everything. And sometimes you will say, I'm going to spend the night there. What kind of marriage is that? That's not marriage. That's not a marriage at all. So different. You see, when it comes to marriage, I don't think one law can apply to all. You just have to examine your own case. This case has to be determined by all the variances of the case. one particular law cannot go for all cases of marriage. No, we can't. Because there are people that married witches and warlocks and their enemies, and they are set to against them to destroy them. Should they stay married forever to that their enemy? Enemy in life, enemy in death. Should they stay married? Should they go on ahead and marry somebody else? Should you marry a person that has been married to a witch before? You know, whoever you marry now, you carry their baggage. Okay? You should know that once you get married, you are not free. You are not just free from your own problem. You are taking up somebody else's problem. You are now both two become one. The two of you become one. So his problem becomes your problem. So if he's been married to a witch or he's been married to a warlock, then you two now, you are contending with that witch. You two, you'll be contending with that warlock. If you are married to a man whose mother is a witch, don't forget that you adopt the mother as a witch also. You adopt the witch mother to be your own mother also. So his problem becomes your own problem. The two of you begin to deal with the witch as a mother. That's what happens in marriage. Those are the things you should think very well about before you go into marriage. Amen. Thank you so much. If there's nobody calling in today, I've heard all your contributions. I pray that we'll all learn from this and nobody will be here to fall into such a mistake again. You will take your time, you will pray about it. All right? Somebody said, strange women are stupid. Strange women wanted to kill me, but my God intervened. Amen. Bitterness will bring sickness. Amen. Prayers for our brain to go to school. You can do it. Everybody can go back to school. Women should be industrious. We are assets, not liabilities. Discover yourself as a woman. Walk towards your purpose. Live your dream with the help of God. Even while we are married, we can do all these things, okay? While we are married, it's not when we get divorced that we'll go back to school or we'll become industrious or become hardworking. Or while we are married, you can discover yourself. You keep rediscovering yourself. Mine told me that my destiny says I will be richer than him. So all he did was to cage me. No job, no business, nothing. Can you imagine? This is a woman saying that her husband told her that her destiny is going to be richer than his own destiny. These are people that like to go and do investigation into your future, into your glory, and be doing palm reading, handwrite reading, future reading, star reading, or zodiac sign reading, and they read into your destiny and say, oh, you are going to be, the destiny says that you are going to be richer than me, and so therefore I cannot allow that to happen. A lot of things happen in our African setting, whether he told you or not. All families do it. Most families does this in Africa. Once they bring a wife home or you bring a husband home, they will go and do investigation. What's the name? Where is he from? Who's his parent? They'll go and pray. They'll take it to all these demonic prophetess, workers of iniquity. They'll begin to see into your future. Once they see that your star is greater than their own child or son or daughter, they will exchange it. They will cage you. They'll do all manner of things. That's where we're from. Okay? That's what we call witchcraft. Marital witchcraft. That's why we say evil powers of my husband's father or mother's house. That's why we pray in that manner. All these things happen. Okay? So we should be very, very careful. We should pray. We should just pray and let God guide us. So women are devils. When they bring them to Europe, they begin to lose respect for them. Well, because they lose respect for him does not mean they are devils. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you so much. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll read all the comments. Let the comments keep coming. Keep sending it to me. And by God's grace, next week we'll meet again. To this week, definitely we're going to meet on Thursday. We're going to meet on Thursday for our women's prayer line. And on Saturday, we should start our 3 nights of vigil into the month of December. From Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, our 3 nights of vigil into the month of December. The Lord help us in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you so much for tuning in today. God bless you.